But first, we're going to do a little bit of channel maintenance. We're going to talk about the channel as a whole and kind of where the direction that my mind has been going recently, especially considering just, I would say, the way that the chat has been lately and where I really wanted it to be, where I really wanted the community to be versus where it is right now. And here's the thing is, anybody that kind of watches knows that lately hasn't been as much fun for me and, maybe some of the other squad. It just feels like, and this is, I think, also a lot about the state of the game, where the game is right now, because there really aren't a lot of casuals playing. There's either these brand new people with very low levels that are, you know, easy to kill, or there's these low levels that are smurfs, or there's these high levels that just come in there just to absolutely destroy people. However, there is also a lot of people that we know personally that do a really good job of enjoying the game for what it is, which is a game of, it just seems like trying to get on other people's streams, sniping them, and having fun. But there's also this other segment of people who aren't doing it to have fun. And this is the way I look at it. It's very much like this. We have snipers like Arkham, Hippo to some extent, and Zio, Big Sean, some of these others that are kind of like that big brother that picks on you. Like, they pick on you, they kick your ass a little bit, try to make you stronger, all that type of stuff. But in the end, there's some love behind that. There's some affection, and they don't go so far as to try to really hurt you or anything like that. And then there's the school bully, the ones who that their dad kicks their ass and abuses them. That their parents don't love them or whatever, and they take it out on specific people. And their entire reason for they're not doing it to have fun. They're not doing it to just pick on them just a little bit, but they're doing it to try to hurt somebody else. In a lot of ways, they do it because they have some bad things going on in their life and they want to take it out on somebody else. And so with our channel, we've always said the first type of snipers, the ones that feel like the big brothers that are more skilled, stronger, all that type of stuff, that come and they just have fun with you, but they know when to stop picking on you. Those are the ones that we actually enjoy going against. The other ones, the ones that are the school bully, that literally their entire intention is to try to humiliate and embarrass people, we're just done with those. So we won't. If we see any of their names on the other side, we're just gonna leave the game immediately. We're not even gonna. If we have to sit in our in the lobby for half an hour straight trying to find a game where they're not there, we'll just do that. We'll sit back. We'll talk basketball. We'll talk Star Wars. We'll talk Marvel. We'll talk whatever else while we're trying to find a game that isn't full of real toxic people. And that's the other part I want to talk about is I started this game a couple years ago, and I got teabagged and emoted right away. And I'll be honest with you, I barely noticed that happened because I didn't care. What I cared about was the fact that I would get 2 eliminations, die, 20 times, and I was really struggling at playing the game. That's what I cared about. Somebody else teabagging me or emoting me after they killed me, I just didn't care. And even today, I consider it just gamemanship. It's how we play the game. It's just a fun part of the game. It has nothing to do with toxicity in my mind. And I've had other people try to convince me that teabagging and emoting people is toxic. I just don't think it is. And you really can't change my mind on that. But what is toxic is trying to bully other people. Like, one thing we would never do, we would never say, okay, here's this one person playing on the other side. They seem like they're a noob. Let's specifically go after them and try to ruin their day. We don't do that. That's just not how we play the game. We might go after a newer person, a newer player on the other side, because as far as trying to win, it makes sense in the context of the game to go after that person to get some kills. But it's a different. We're not toxic in the way that we try to pick on one specific person, and that's happened to us a few times. where it seems like they're coming at us specifically with the intention of harassing a specific person. So we're just done with dealing with those types of people. Which brings me to the next point. I have been very often in these last few times that I've streamed, I've gotten off of the stream, but continue to play for the next hour or so, just with the buddies, just having fun, not on stream, not having to pay attention to chat, not having to concern myself with snipers and stuff like that. And I've really enjoyed that. So I'm going to be doing a lot more of that. I'm going to be streaming a little bit less on the game and a little bit more just playing the game just to have fun. And Cuban, yes, I know that's, but Cuban, the occasional time you guys come out and snipe us, we enjoy that. But when there's a time it's like, okay, let's back off. Let's not harass them. Let's not keep coming at them. You are like my big brother that kicks my ass, but knows when to stop. And I appreciate that. You and Simp and a lot of the other ones, you guys get it. You understand it. When I started playing this game on channel, my entire intention was to try to get something going where I could talk Star Wars, I could talk Marvel, and in the chat, that's what it would pretty much be, is people asking questions about my thoughts on Star Wars and Marvel and stuff like that, and then to have the chat continue on the conversation amongst other people. And that's what ultimately, when I stream, that's what I want my chat to be. I want my chat to be about Star Wars, Marvel. We've been talking a lot of basketball recently on stream, people asking questions on that. Those are the things that I want my chat to be. When my chat is 99% people coming here to talk about things that are irrelevant to that, or to try to troll, when 99% of my chat seems like it's that's where I need to take measures to change some of the dynamics of where my chat is. And I think, so I'm going to be taking some measures on that. I'm going to be doing a lot more of these shows. These shows right here where I talk about Marvel and Star Wars and other things or whatever, it's going to be about me trying to change maybe the demographics of my chat. And that doesn't mean anything about the people that I already have, or, my squad mates and stuff like that. I still want them in chat. But I feel like, my three of the four or four of the five people in my chat right now, or have chatted so far, are moderators. And a majority of the time that they have in chat is them having to control trollers, or trolls, whatever. And I want them to be able to spend more time being able to engage in actual conversation. So to be able to do that, I need to try to bring in a different demographic. So I'm going to be doing a lot more of these types of shows, minus this first part where I'm kind of talking about the channel. I want that to be a very small part, maybe just an occasional thing I do. But, the talks about Star Wars, Marvel, life, that type of thing, and then bringing people in so we can have good, fun conversations, even on the Battlefront 2 stream. So I'm going to be kind of working on that behind the scenes a lot, but also doing these other types of things on the channel. They're going to bring those people in. I also have I'm very excited that I have another channel. It's called Valar Iparatus. If you guys have seen Game of Thrones, there's a whole language based off of the High Valyrian in that. And you could actually, I think it's Duology, if I remember right. I think that's the app, the language learning app, where you could actually learn how to speak High Valyrian. Thank you, Josh. I appreciate it. But I started doing that a little bit, and then I realized, what the hell am I going to use this for if I learn this language? So I kind of stopped doing it. But I looked up, I was thinking about, like, if I own my own restaurant, what do I want to call it? I'm like, it'd be cool to have it be something in High Valyrian. So Valar Iparatus technically means all men must eat. In the High Valyrian language, a lot of these words, especially Valar, is gender neutral. It's all men must eat, but it's really all people must eat. And even then, for a restaurant or a channel about restaurants, all people must eat isn't really necessarily a great title. I would never in English title it all people must eat. But what I would do, but what I do like is that it just sounds cool. It sounds cool as far as the name of a channel, so that's what I went with. So that channel, and I'll put a link to the Link in the description below for that channel if you want to stop by, if you're interested in restaurant stuff. And really, a lot of it's going to be leadership stuff that doesn't have to deal with restaurants at all. You can kind of go over there and kind of check it out. The reason why I feel like on that's my professional side, my professional channel, and the reason why I could speak on that and have some authority on that is that in my career, I have been a GM of a restaurant that 3 years in a row won the People's Choice Awards for Best Service in the city that I was in. I've been the GM of a restaurant that won Restaurant of the Year and by the Pork Producers of South Dakota. I have my wing recipe has actually won 2 wing competitions. So I have a lot to offer when it comes to people talking about not only just restaurants, but leadership as a whole. I'm really excited about that. I have 4 videos on that so far. And speaking of trolls, I've only gotten 1 comment over there so far, and it was basically a troll. So I do want to work on that and try to get conversations going on there. So I think I've hit that up. I'm going to be doing a lot more just streaming with my friends, or not streaming with my friends, but playing with my friends. A little less time actually streaming, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to be streaming. I'm still going to be streaming probably like 3 nights a week, but it probably will be where I stream for like 2 hours, and then I stop the stream and I continue playing with my buddies for another hour or 2. And that's pretty much what it's going to be. But I'm really going to focus on trying to bring more fresh meat, as you will say, into the chats so we can interact with them in a more friendly and fun way for me. And that's going to be a lot of my focus.